Welcome everyone to a high elo ranked cast. This game between TaToH and ACCM on Megarandom. Now, in this game, we have TaToH in the southwest of the map and ACCM in the northeast. The southwest, TaToH playing as Mongols here, and he does this nice little villager trick. You can do that if there's a hole in the wood line. You can pop your villager inside, build a lumber camp on the outside. This villager is just going to be super efficient and super safe for a while there. And TaToH scouting out the map, trying to figure out what this mega random generation has given him. And on the other side, ACCM with the Cumans. Now this ought to be interesting. Are we going to see a two-town center? I don't know. Looks like each player starts with an outpost. That's definitely a unique thing. And there are berries. There's a little tiny bit of gold. Wow. All right, looking around this map, there's almost no gold. And there's two boar. Two boar, it looks like a normal amount, 6 or 8 sheep, um, 3 ostrich, and only 4 berries. So resources are pretty sparse on this map. However, both players have their own pond, which they will scout out and probably will be headed out to fish. This is a weird one because there's very few resources. I mean, they're scattered all over the map, but even still, there's not a lot. Just one tile here, one tile there, with a few tiles of stone and gold just kind of spread around the map. Now, each player could play this very defensively, a wall here, and across that, and ACCM and TaToH are completely separated. The dream, if you're me, I like to see I like to see the crazy stuff. I would love to see a transport castle drop from TaToH or ACCM onto the opponent. Just sort of out of nowhere, drop 10 villagers on your opponent's face and put a castle there, but we don't see Sicilians, who are the kings of transport castle drops. So I don't foresee that happening, but it would be cool. It would be very, very fun. As this game develops, you see the trick that you want to play. Now, ACCM has not gone out on water yet. Now, this is a new thing with Definitive Edition. Actually, since Definitive Edition, always put your villager. Oh, this is important though. You gotta wall this up, TaToH. TaToH. Never mind. He has a loom. He's alright. Okay. TaToH has loom. He's okay. He's gonna be able to fight this scout off. And one fishing ship out, giving TaToH a nice advantage. On this side, ACCM has not shifted the water yet. For whatever reason, he sees the water. He knows it's there, but he has not shifted to it. He's walling himself up, looking to play this very defensively, but not going out to that water is going to be a big deal. TaToH taking an early two eco unit lead with these two fishing ships, and that's only going to continue to increase. TaToH also on the way to the feudal age, going to be able to increase the eco lead while going to the feudal age. TaToH now headed across to drop a dock on the opponent's pawn, but ACCM has not even made a dock. ACCM going full land. This is going to be interesting, and you can see TaToH or ACCM sent the sheep back. Top players are so nice. If you meet me on the ladder, I might lame you. All right, I don't lame very often, but it could happen. Now these sheep have not been found yet by TaToH, but he doesn't need them. He's okay. Nor have these sheep been found by ACCM. Dock now coming out. This looks good for TaToH. Way faster to the feudal age. Way faster to that second dock. Going to be able to pressure ACCM's fish where ACCM is not pressuring TaToH's fish at all. This game it's going to be tough. Well, of course, it was the Mongols getting that fast drop time. The Mongols are one of the absolute best hybrid map civs because of that fast drop time. Now, are we going to see the Cuman 2 with things spread like they are? I fully expect to see it. These players are so far apart, so far away from each other. Absolutely, this is going to be a second town center drop right here. I really expect that to be the case. And a third dock on the way out for TaToH. TaToH is going to be taking full water control. ACCM is going to be looking to make that up with that second town center. Um, ACCM, no response yet to the dogs on his side. He doesn't know about them. Does not realize that they're there. TaToH notices the town center coming up, sees the situation, and knows exactly. TaToH, with the Mongols with the fast grab time, needs to take full water control to keep the eco even. The Cumans, very, very powerful with their boom. And these sheep have been found now by TaToH. And these sheep have not been found by, sorry, TaToH. ACCM found his spare sheep over here. TaToH did not find his extra 3 sheep. But that's okay. With the fishing eco, TaToH is going to be just fine. Just fine. And the villager forced to run away as TaToH taking full water control, already shifting into fishing ships on ACCM pond. So you can see the villager number is still in favor of TaToH, even though ACCM has 2 town centers. ACCM 14 on food, pumping out villagers from 2 town centers, and yet TaToH, with more idle TC time by 2 seconds, is still ahead of the villager count. Just barely. It's closing in, but that's going to start changing as there are 3 docks to produce fishing ships from. And I would not be surprised to see TaToH go ahead and add a couple more docks here and there. ACCM, I don't know if he's even going to be able to try and fight this back with one fire ship, not even one fire galley, not even trying to fight it back. Just going to boom on land and try to take full land control. This game is going to go the distance. This is going to be long. Settle in, because this is going to be a good one. We're going to get to see the Cuman late game power against the Mongol late game power. Mengadai versus Paladins? Mengadai versus. Could we see Mengadai versus Kipchak? Now, I think Mengadai wrecked Kipchak. So I don't think that we're going to see that. But I would like to see that. I would love to see that matchup because that's not something I do ever see. Both players just playing full defensive. TaToH just wide open. Not even bothering with anything. He doesn't have to. This map does not, force him to bother with anything else. Might get a villager pick as TaToH still with a couple of villager eco leads in this game. And the scout almost got that villager, but not quite. Dock being completely cleared up by TaToH, and now he's just going to transition to fishing ships. Oh, well, this was a nice sneak. I do not think that. Let's see. Yeah, this has not been spotted. Ooh, but TaToH, he realizes, wow, what kind of game sense is that? Genius realization. Immediately responding, this dock has a fire galley on the way before ACCM even get one out himself. Just such a good realization. Second dock, ACCM's not giving up the water this easily. ACCM going for TaToH's pawn. TaToH trying to do a pawn trade, but it's not going to work. TaToH just holds full water control on this pawn. And he's going to be able to maintain water control on this pawn. Now, it's going to be tight. It's going to be 2 docks against 1. TaToH, you're going to want to add a second dock. I don't think he realizes there's a second dock out here. He sees that they're stacking up fire galleys inside. But a demo out of this dock, fire galleys out of this dock, would do a lot of damage. Just going to go fire galleys. Knows he has an advantage. ACCM does. 2-1. And over here, 2-0. TaToH, this is going to be a little dicey. ACCM really taking the eco lead, but TaToH already on the way to Castle Age. TaToH taking stone, getting ready to place that castle. Where's it going to be? That's the real question. Is TaToH going to try to place it forward? Which is not something you want to do often with Mongols, but against you. When you're so far ahead to Castle Age, it's a thought. It's something you can try and get away with, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to see this at home on one of these flanks to protect one flank or the other. Maybe over here on this hill would be nice. This flank. This isn't really forward, but it really, locks down this side of the map, and then you just worry about this side. You can put some walls down and be locked down on both sides of the map. Now, over here, does ACCM realize there's the demolition rat? And there's the fire galleys. Get the demo out. Yes, there it is. Oh, okay. They trade demos a little bit better, I think, for TaToH, just a tiny bit. Now ACCM realizes, or TaToH realizes, there's a second dock here. This is bad, but fire ship probably on the way. fire galley. Your upgrade to fire ship is not yet being researched. The castle is just going to be dropped straight at home. Protect himself and get the Mengdai out. However, these fire galleys are going down quickly for TaToH, and ACCM with a massive, almost 20 eco lead as TaToH now dropping a second town center. TaToH, you gotta do something. You're so far behind in eco that you've got to make something happen this Castle Age time, and I don't think this is it. Losing all your fish is not it. Well played by ACCM, realizing he couldn't hold on to his own pawn, which is taking TaToH off of TaToH's pawn. And Gillnet's on the way in for these fishing ships, but where's the response? Is TaToH just giving this pawn up? Is TaToH giving the 23 villager lead up to ACCM? ACCM just about to click up to the Castle Age TaToH, yet to apply any sort of pressure. Mengdai on the way out now, but ACCM on the way up to Castle Age. Wow, what a play. ACCM just walling this all off. I don't know what you're gonna do, TaToH. Just ignoring it. Just ignoring. While ACCM has this this pawn locked down. 3 town centers out now for TaToH, almost on the way out. 3 town centers on the way out. Villager production going to be very nice for TaToH as pumps that begins to pump out the Mengdai, one of the best units in the game. Absolutely one of the best units in the game. As well as pumping out villagers from the 3 town centers, trying to make up for that 24 villager deficit. That's just so bad. You don't want to see that. It's a big villager deficit. What you want to see is, with both pawns, you want to see something a lot closer to even. As TaToH really, struggling to keep up in this game. This villager going to try and drop a dock, but denied for now. Going to try to flank around double layer palisades coming up to the left. And these are Cumans palisades. These are still palisades, but 333 hit points instead of, I believe, 200 or 150. 50% extra hit points on the palisades. As here come the Mengdai. ACCM going into archers. So I think we're going to have a crossbow versus Mengdai fight, which is the Cumans are capable with the crossbows. Now they don't transition well into the Imperial Age with them, I don't believe. So some type of transition is going to be necessary. These Mengdai trying to get in, just trying so hard to get in. Unable to do so just yet. Unable to do so at this point as crossbow and Bodkin on the way in. Bodkin is not yet in for TaToH, nor is any archer armor. So ACCM with the much better upgrades, and TaToH forced to leave. He spots this with his outposts. Forced to leave, trying to get this villager out of here, and running away with everything he has. Still keeping this pawn protected. Sort of. Okay, yeah. Just keeping this pawn protected. And just completely giving up on this pawn. But ACCM not really adding fish. The villager number still massively in favor of ACCM. This TaToH has 3 town centers. ACCM though, adding his 3rd. TaToH never going to be able to catch up with villagers. So it's got to be military. And right now, the 8 Mengdai are not enough to face off against the 11 crossbows. Not just yet, anyway. Now, these military numbers are all going to stay a little wonky as both players have some on water, not full on water. This dock did finally get up for ACCM. The annoying fire blockage. Ooh, a 4th town center being dropped down here for TaToH. This is going to go to just real late game compositions. Love to see it. These crossbows, though, coming in. Not going to be able to find a whole lot of damage as the siege coming out already for the Mongols. Mongol siege is very effective. Would not be surprised to see ACCM looking for Imperial Age and Paladin here. I don't know. I don't know what you do against Mengdai, though. Mengdai are just such a hard unit to deal with. They're so fast, so microable, that you just really struggle to pressure on. But if a lot of siege starts coming out, it's gotta be Paladin. Now, this Scorpion, a little bit exposed here. The spread formation is really working out here. And, the dip into dodge by TaToH dodging the villagers around. Almost loses one. Second Scorpion coming in time to push these opponents away. crossbowmen headed away, 18 crossbowmen to 10 on the Mengadai, and fire ship out now. So I think we are going to see TaToH losing both pawns. ACCM going to end up with full pawn control. Ooh, a big fight over here, and TaToH. Just go ahead and take that, TaToH. What are you running away for? You have the advantage. Waiting on husbandry to come in. Understandable. Understandable. Um, husbandry now in, and bloodlines and padded archer armor. Getting the upgrades in. Didn't want to take the fight before the upgrades, even though it was a good fight, a fight that TaToH would have won. He wanted to make it even more decisive. A fourth town center now coming out for ACCM, as ACCM has cleared 100 villagers. TaToH almost to 90, so bringing it a little closer, but not yet there. And the fourth town center will be dead. ACCM will not catch up. Still not catch up with TaToH. TaToH will not catch up with ACCM in villagers this game until both players are at their max pops. Now these crossbowmen just patrolling, just keeping everything safe, and I don't like that TaToH has lost full water control. Not even contesting it, did his duty at the beginning, took that early advantage, and fished out much of the fish. So yeah, that's great. But now that map control area is going to be a little tough, and with the new bombard the bombard ships, the cannon galleons, the cannon galleys no longer taking an upgrade, just chemistry. Both players are going to be going for chemistry as they're going heavy into range both sides. As TaToH going ahead and getting that light cab, that Mangadai Hussar spam is going to be deadly. Now, second castle is going to be needed. Where's it going to be? Ooh, okay. These crossbows, we're going to see a fight here. These crossbows headed in deep, and TaToH going to be cutting off the retreat for these crossbows. I think is the play here. Or is he going to raid and just ignore these crossbows? Let us see. I don't know what the plan is. Okay. A lot of light cav coming out, hopping into the town centers, and basically ignoring this crossbow mass and headed forward across the map, forcing ACCM to make a decision. Do I stay here and accomplish nothing, or do I head forward and try to do something? But the trap is in. The trap is in. The Mangadai closing in, the light cav closing in. This is going to be a nice cleanup for TaToH. He wrecks the army of ACCM. Military control going to be heavily in favor of TaToH. Just a moment here, as the KD now climbing, still in favor of ACCM, but climbing for TaToH. Now, that military, how much of that? Okay, so what we have is 14 crossbows versus 12 Mengadai and 8 light cap. That's a big advantage. Now, this castle is going to get up in time to protect that right-hand side of ACCM base. At the same time, TaToH protecting the left-hand side of his own base. So both players pretty well protected. TaToH has no idea there's a castle. Now he knows, immediately responds. Such quick recognition. Flanking around into ACCM base. But just like TaToH, not going to be able to find damage because there are town centers everywhere. I think both players looking at being fully boomed, as the idle TC time racking up for both players. But that's fine. It's not enough crossbows now to push TaToH back. TaToH, 30 villagers behind almost, and ACCM on the way to the Imperial Age. So this is better for ACCM at this point. TaToH struggling to keep up with the production, struggling to find a way to do some damage against that Cuman boom that has turned out so nicely on this Megarandom map. Megarandom is a map you like to play Mongols with. Not working out right here for TaToH, but certainly the game is not over by any means. Just a nice advantage for ACCM, but TaToH just about to click up himself. And okay, you see the switching to light cab. It's going to be a lot of husser for both players. Now the light cab, with the step husbandry upgrade from the Cumans, produce like goth spam. And there comes the step husbandry upgrade. The goth spam light cab against the extra tough hussars of the Mongols. The extra tough missing armor hussars of the Mongols. So the Mongols hussars are not as good as the Cuman Hussars. The Cuman Hussars are faster, as well as producing faster, as well as being fully upgraded. Whereas the Mongol Hussars are not that way. TaToH just trying to use his military to do a little bit of damage and flanking around the side, trying to deny this castle. TaToH is going to be there in time, as ACCM does not have a military over here at all. There's going to be some villagers going down. I think this castle very well could be denied. Let's see. 96, 97, 90. Oh, it's up. It's up, and the siege is out. That's costly. Too costly for TaToH. I thought that would get there a little bit faster. It was not there in time. TaToH looking at pressuring inside the base of ACCM. ACCM now upgrading Husser, upgrading armor on those light cav. So TaToH desperately trying to put in some damage, getting some villager kills. But who really cares? It's not like that ACCM can't afford to lose them. And just pushing down all these buildings in the middle, but that's not really putting any damage on TaToH. These houses don't matter. ACCM, sorry, on damage on ACCM. ACCM has 200 population, prepped, and has a military 44 to 51. So the military control is actually in favor of TaToH still, but the military power is in favor of ACCM. As here come the Hussars. Then the winged Hussars arrive. This is not a good fight for TaToH. As, okay, now additional light cap coming in. The upgrades are in for ACCM, but these are fast Hussars. TaToH felt like he could take this fight and had to take this fight. And he's winning this fight. TaToH is going to win this fight with just the superior numbers and the superior damage output. But the Hussars keep on flooding in. The light cav not flooding in fast enough, and TaToH forced to retreat and wait for his own upgrades. Desperately dropping a castle here on the right side. Not where you'd want to see it. You'd want this castle up here to be able to begin trebbing that castle. But that's not the case, as this army now here to fight. And I think this fight is a fight that TaToH absolutely wins it. Pushing back the Hussars now, trying to deal with the rage, which are going to be constant. Oh, good stone walls there for TaToH. Good stone walls, so protected. There's a castle here, and there's some scorpions. So this castle really doing a lot to protect this area. That the stone walls, the castle, very well protected over here on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, this castle and this hill held for TaToH as the fight continues in the middle. The KD, TaToH really taking advantage in the KD, but he's got to get something to do with these castles on the right-hand side and on the left. ACCM well protected. This crossbow army not doing a lot, as it's just looking like full Hussar spam from ACCM. So ACCM has to figure out a unit comp to deal with the Hussar Mengadai, as the elite Mengadai upgrade is coming in for the 22 Mengadai of ACCM, of TaToH. That's an army you do not want to face, right? 22 elite Mengadai are going to deal with almost everything. It's going to be constant raids here from ACCM if he can find a place to pressure. I don't know that that's going to be happening, as this group of crossbows, yeah, there's some crossbows. I would love to see this not get thrown away like this, the Mengadai, but I guess it works out as these crossbows are just focusing on the Hussars, not paying attention. A big fight over here on the right-hand side as TaToH, he's going to be looking to place a castle with these villagers as soon as he has the eco control, but ACCM also does not want to give up this area, also placing a castle of his own. Both players trying to lock down this right-hand side of the base, their bases, as both players sort of leaving the left-hand side a little bit more open to just generic fights. And this is a big fight from both players that will be won by TaToH as long as he stays out from under this castle. But ACCM smartly just moving back under that castle time and time again. Well, TaToH now looking to do some damage on the left-hand side. If he could get in here, there should not be a hole there, right? There's not a hole there. And ACCM protected on the left, protected on the right with all these castles. And both players at 200 pop. Who is going to... Okay, there it is, the trebuchets. I was like, who's going to make the trebuchets? Who's going to switch into a more static army that they need to push down the opponent? Both players, 200 pop. Both players able to keep producing. The stone walls being moved out here for TaToH as, oh, a big raid. All these hustlers. These hustlers don't cost ACCM really anything. He's got the hustlers in the queue to replace them already. Headed into the base to disrupt the economy of TaToH. Raids on both sides, but the stone wall's coming up for TaToH. He knows that in a fight, he wins. But the raids are going to go for ACCM with the faster and higher armored hustler. Forward castle now for ACCM. I don't know if I love that because there's just simply going to be a gate drop here. Ooh, yoinking the relic. What is the relic count? Let's see. Oh, it was right there. 2-1 in favor of TaToH, but ACCM yoinking this one. Headed back home. Where are any other relics? I don't see any other relics on this map. So ACCM, yeah, his KD's not looking great right now, but he's... Ooh, good quick balls by TaToH. TaToH keeps this army out and just kills all these hustlers. No damage found by those hustlers. Lots of hustlers across the middle. As TaToH really looking to put the pressure on, looking at a siege push on the left-hand side. But again, siege against Megadai, not really what you want to see. And TaToH, or ACC, yeah, TaToH with the couple Met Trebuchets over here on the right-hand side, getting ready to push out and push down these 3 castles locking down the right-hand side. But it's going to be tough. It's not going to be an easy push out. And, okay, got to get the hustlers out too. Yeah, okay, there we go. I was going to say, having trouble with his own walls now is TaToH. While the castle denied for now on the left-hand side, a gate drop to be able to go in and out, and a second castle put up here. And that castle forced back for for ACCM. He deletes it. He saved that stone. Over here on the right, in the big fight, 1 trebuchet lost for TaToH, but took that map position, and the trebuchet, no trebuchet on the way out for TaToH, for ACCM, sorry. A second one, TaToH, you need more than 1 trebuchet. How many times have you heard T90 official talk about trickle tripping? As both players, okay, this is not so bad as the castle's coming up here for protection of this area. Both players not really concerned. Ooh, this isn't going to work though. There's a castle. The Petard coming in to break down the walls. And the second, this is not good. The second trebuchet lost for TaToH on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, the trebuchet forward, starting to push this down. TaToH at the limit, trying to figure out what exactly to do. TaToH, I think you could run your units back. Trying to push the right-hand side, but no siege. No siege. And, okay. Repairing the castle. Get out from under your gate. It does. Successfully gets out from under the gate. Here comes the Petards. Not going to work. Petards do nothing. The castle's up here, which will allow this position. Oh, it's a good snipe, though. I didn't think TaToH would get that snipe. And TaToH now, his turn to raid. Headed into the base here. Excuse me. Headed into the base of ACCM. But here come the big-time raids for ACCM. On the other side, both players looking at raiding each other. And I like ACCM's position here with these raids and these siege rams. There's no Mangadai over here. The Mangadai are here. Where are the Mangadai? Oh, the Mangadai are headed back. Okay, going to take care of it. TaToH bringing back the Mangadai, going to be able to take care of this siege push very quickly, and this raid very quickly as well. But the raid just enough to force some quick walls down as, wow. Wow, with the trap. TaToH with the trap. That's beautiful. How do they do it? However, the Hustler's getting a nice engagement in on the Mangadai, which you don't want to lose. Like I said at the beginning of this game, very limited gold on this map. So the Hustlers are free, but the Mangadai very, very costly. TaToH getting raids in. The Eco KD is still massively crazy. Both players 120 to 130 villagers. Both players around 200 pop, although TaToH at 108. TaToH has more pop, but less in the queue. ACCM has a little bit less pop, but more in the queue at the moment. Fortified wall into their TaToH. He knows if he can keep the game in one place, he wins. But as he cannot keep the game in one place, he loses. So another castle being dropped here to protect this wall by TaToH. ACCM still with the majority of the map control. Probably has the spare gold. Let's see if you can see that. No. Okay. There we go. So both players really looking for a way to find damage and not able to do so. This Mangadai army, I think these walls should be added back, but this Mangadai army is something that ACCM can't really deal with. Just going full Husser. Making nothing but Husser. Not going to be able to deal with it. The Petards on this side, I like the constant addition of Petards. That is good. And headed forward to try and knock down this gate. This could be a problem, as this is not well protected over here. The KD, yeah, really high in favor of TaToH, but ACCM has managed to keep map control. Petards. TaToH, are you going to notice? This Petard will break. I don't know how much damage they do. I don't know if this will break down the wall or not, and the siege is going to be added on the right-hand side as well. As TaToH looking to get some payback, get some raids of his own in, and successfully into the farming eco of ACCM. ACCM, though, with 60 Husser. These Mangadai need to get out of here. TaToH, notice this? Run. Yep, TaToH notices in time, runs away, but he's walled himself out. Has to delete his own walls that he just built to run back inside, and successfully does so, and walls it right back up. Going to push this castle back on the left-hand side, so TaToH making a little bit of a push happen. ACCM not noticing, not able to get that hole in, and the raids are in for TaToH. I think TaToH's done it, guys. I think TaToH's done it with these raids, with this push on the left side, with the 60 Hussar unable to do anything, just running back and forth in the map. And TaToH gonna wall this up if he can. I don't know if that's gonna be a thing. Pushing out, able to take a little more map control. Turns out there was a lot of stone on this map. There's not a lot of gold. These raids now 44 to 38 in the Eco KD department for TaToH. But the siege ram push is going to be happening over here on the right-hand side. And that's a lot of Husser. This castle denied for now. This army of Mangadai forced to micro back into a corner. And just a lot of Husser. A lot of Husser remaining to try and put the hurt on these Mangadai. TaToH running away. Can't afford to lose these. But this allows the Hussers right into the eco of TaToH. So back and forth, and oh wow. ACCM says, no, you can't have a castle there. No. I have a castle there. And into the eco of TaToH. Now the eco is essentially the same again, and the push happening on the right-hand side. TaToH being pushed back on both sides now himself. Now, these Hussars could do some damage as soon as he notices these two trebs working on this castle quickly. And in the back of TaToH's eco, Hussars everywhere. Yeah, there's still a Hussar over here. You can actually maybe get some damage in with that guy. Pushing right through the middle. Hussars everywhere for ACCM. So both players really putting the hurt on the other player. And ACCM, he's going to knock this castle down before TaToH ever notices. And then he's going to push right through the walls. TaToH has the units here to deal with this and just isn't. Has not noticed, because there are Hussars. 36, 40 Hussars in throughout this base. So bad. Villager number dropping quickly for TaToH. Population number dropping quickly for TaToH. And yet, the position still in favor of ACCM. The eco in favor of ACCM. Additional walls being added behind for TaToH. This game has gotten wild as ACCM has locked down both sides. With the inferior army composition locked down both sides, as TaToH now has to reboom, get his villagers back up, get his military numbers back up. And the Mangadai, he's kept them alive. Those 40 Mangadai are still something that ACCM cannot deal with. And moving back in and getting more villager kills with this 11 hit point Husser. These trebs, this army over here, something that TaToH could deal with, but not doing right now. Both players kind of taking a deep breath. Looking at the game, TaToH, he's selling wood for gold. It's a dire position, but that's okay. He's mostly just making Husser. Lock the gate, TaToH. Oh, he sees it. He notices. Keeps himself alive there. With these 3 trebs, gonna push back this guy. But on this side, adding a 3rd layer of wall. The Mangudai are here. Oh, the hole has opened up, and the Mangudai are here. The siege rams getting squished. Very squishy to these are really incredible arrows. Ooh, the quick walls. TaToH, well played. Pushing this, holding this with 3 layers of walls. And holding this side as well. Pushing out is going to take out some of these villagers. Both players back again at 200 pop. This, wow. This guy still going to town with 17 kills. 17 kills. Economy unit. 18 villagers killed by 1 hussar over here. Oh, I missed it. He's in on this side. ACCM in once again. And hussars spreading all over the base. Again. Just this hussar spam is endless. But this hussar back here, 23. We'll try to check on that periodically and see how many kills that 1 hussar gets back of the base. Oh, he sees it. 24 eco kills by 1 hussar back there. These hussars, 7 kills. 13 kills by these 17 hussars. TaToH forced to address that. Forced to come back in his base. Once again, forced to keep walling up. And that right-left pressure, constant pressure by ACCM, paying off with the 120 by ACCM. But TaToH has it cleaned up and still has this unstoppable force. ACCM cannot fight the army of TaToH. And neither player at 200 pop right now. Both of them just popping up. Really struggling to maintain that 200 pop. It's shocking. And got the walls in. Just enough hussars out here. Try and sorry. Yeah, not hussars. Enough. Mangudai, take out the rams. Please take out the rams. Trying to take out the rams. Hoping to take out the rams. Does so before the gate drops. So just enough. And this gate is locked. Gonna go ahead and repair that gate. Add more walls. And the Mangudai here just enough to hold. And this army pushing out on the left-hand side of TaToH. Pushing out on the left-hand side of this map with an army that ACCM can't fight. So yes, ACCM pushed back on the left-hand side. Now is he going to lose this castle? This castle is protected less and less as he mines up that golden stone. And these Mangudai doing the walls very important. This 1 trap not pushing through the walls very quickly. Mangudai knocking down the siege ram, try to push through. Just not going to happen. And over here, the trebuchets are out. The hussar spam is enough. 60 farms versus 85 farms. Wow. TaToH does need to add, I would say. But the the military numbers, sorry, TaToH with 80 versus 50, the military. So TaToH able to maintain a little bit higher military by having less farms. That's necessary as he's got 650 to 400 KD ratio. However, the spam for ACCM is just much better with those Cumans stables. Still trying to pressure the right-hand side. Just switching sides back and forth, back and forth. And I don't think it's going to happen. This is trebuchet now completely exposed. I would love to see TaToH run out and snipe that. But there's a much more important focus going on as the hussars engaging on the 50 Mangudai. These Mangudai are the key. These Mangudai cannot be fought by the hussars of ACCM. Now TaToH is going to go ahead and wall this across. He just has to hold this and then push the left side. No reinforcements going to be coming through from the right-hand side of the map across this middle section between the 2 lawns. Well, almost canals, really. Canals. Yes. So TaToH goes ahead, swings out, snipes that, and runs back in with those 7 Mangudai he's protecting this side of the map with. Pallet siege. Fortified walls. Oh, these villagers. Quick wall, quick wall, quick wall. Oh, there was a hole. There was a hole. But that's okay. Just a few villager losses there for TaToH. Not really a big deal as. Ooh, I said it. I said it so long ago. It's scouted. It's spotted. But there's no military back at home now for TaToH as the transport Hussar raid comes in. There's no military here. Everything's forward. Everything's fighting. TaToH, he's gonna lose villagers off of this. That's just such a good play. I love to see it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well done. Well played by ACCM. Getting all the way back with TaToH, just moving the villagers around. And over here, ooh, losing Trebs for nothing. And this is big because there's no gold on the map, guys. This is big. This Treb, you can't be losing those. These walls need to be added. More walls need to be added here. And this raid getting cleaned up as TaToH just brings those back over, 7 Megadai from the right hand side over. And these walls finished up now. And I would love to see, you know what I would really love to see? Chemistry's in. A dock and a cannon galleon. Just one cannon galleon. TaToH, do it. I'm not even memeing. I'm not even joking. Like, this would be so powerful. Because guess what? You can just get straight into cannon galleons and look at all these exposed castles. There's no navy here. Force ACCM to think about navy. All you gotta do is make a dock and you can make a cannon galleon. And actually, even with the cannon galleon, you can take care of, on this pond, you can take care of these docks on this side. More raids going to be coming in. This is going to become a problem. TaToH's going to have to address this. And TaToH, please, there's no range for ACCM. Please do it. TaToH, please do it. Please, TaToH. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm just begging you, TaToH, please do it. Now, TaToH trying to control the shoreline and see when these raids come in. Big fight over here on the right-hand side as TaToH tries not to lose the Megadai and takes the fight. Ooh, those Hussars kind of bugged out. Gonna lose another Treb probably here. Has to run back. Trebs are running away. Quickly running away. He's gonna save it. Saves it. Wow, good save as more stables are added forward. But again, the raids coming in again for ACCM. These beautiful transport raids. You've got to do something about this, TaToH. You can't just let this continue to happen. Still, a dock with a cannon galleon would be just a really big play. Here comes a big army of Hussars, and they can just run right in. I think that's going to be the plan. 40 Hussars running into the back of TaToH's base. That'll force the army back, and then the next wave of Hussars denies this castle, takes out the Treb. It's a beautiful play. Well played, ACCM. That's what you got to do now. 40 Hussars started. 30. It's really like the charge of the Light Brigade. Cannons to the left, cannons to the right of them, as they charge in between the castles into the back of TaToH's base, looking to put the hurt on TaToH's ego and force the army backwards. And yes, like I said, the next wave already ready. However, TaToH reacting just enough to this raid at the back of his base and leaving enough army forward to this push to get this castle up and to push this back, but more raids on the right and on the left, transport and running through. Just well played. And here comes the next army of Hussars at the trebuchets, just as I predicted. But still, these raids are constant and everywhere, as TaToH has lost almost 160 villagers in this game. The Trebs going down. Not what you want to see. Both Trebs going down for TaToH. He's going to have to replace those. Those are not cheap. What's he getting? Herbal medicine. Going to heal up the units. He's going to be healing up these Megadai in the castles. He does not want to lose them. These Megadai are the key to victory. You can't replace them. They're not replaceable. So he has to keep them. Now, it's this gold, that's a stone. And the trebuchet out over here for ACCM between two castles. That's going to be hard to deal with. A big siege ram push happening on the right-hand side. ACCM looking to make something happen. Another raid over here, and I would love to see this raid run over here to try to push through these walls. As, man, big raids through the middle. ACCM really pushing back. TaToH having trouble expanding his map control. Um, just these siege ram, but he didn't move this out in time. I would have loved to see that moved out and attacking, but Tato, you should have walled this up. I mean, just leaving this wide open like this has not been the play. And ACCM forced to come back. Now he's lost 170 villagers, just continuing to lose villagers at an alarming rate. Is TaToH ACCM always in the back with a few hussars? Just a few hussars and another shipment of hussars brought across by that transport. I said about it. I wasn't serious. I didn't expect to see it, but over and over. Now, TaToH trying to do the same thing, but wow, his light brigade hardly able to get in. Hardly even able to get in as as ACCM has to run castles and hit the hussars. TaToH holding on, he sniped that trebuchet though. But there's so many hussars in his base, just killing villagers, killing everything, idling much of TaToH's eco. TaToH having to repop villagers. Once again, now having lost 180. However, we saw last time, TaToH had one hussar get like 20 villager kills. And ACCM not even reacted. Once again, these units, as more and more villagers are going to be going down. Both players here in the middle in a bit of a standoff with no gold, and that was a costly siege ram push for ACCM. It did not pay off in the end. Neither player has gold. Both players have 2 relics, so a very even game now. As both players approaching 200 population. ACCM with 120 villagers and TaToH with 90. But that 62 Mangadai army means that TaToH always wins the fights. Always wins the fights. Now this is a little rough as TaToH looking at losing a castle here and not sure what to do with these continuous transport raids, just not even slowing down. And I still say TaToH, build a dock over here, right here. Build a cannon galleon. You say, well, cannon galleons aren't as good as traps. Yes, they are when the enemy doesn't have anything in the water. You're going to force the enemy to make a dock, make some fire ships, and you keep it over here and try to keep it safe. Just forces the enemy into a response that there's no docks. So a response that the enemy can't make. It's a costly response for the opponent and a time-consuming response. Whereas you have this unit that, oh, and this castle is going to get pushed back. However, oh, never mind. That sniped off. And again, TaToH, just please, TaToH. Okay, just the stable quick wall. Gonna pull it off. Gets the trap in. Well played. Gets the walls in. Oh, that might go down. The siege workshop. Is it going to go down? Nope. Staying steady, and all the hussars lost there for ACCM. But the next wave of hussars coming through the middle. So this area of TaToH's base just so raided to death. And what are we going to see, though? Because TaToH unable to push forward, ACCM unable to push forward. It's really stalemating with hussar raid upon hussar raid upon hussar raid. And the siege ram raids, I think, are probably done because of the cost of that play. As TaToH has now cleared 1,000 kills, ACCM cleared 600 kills, but the raids never stopping for ACCM. Incredible stuff. This game has gone on long. I wanted a short game. Here, I was looking for, hopefully 15 minutes or under. That's not what we've seen here. This is wild stuff. Just continuing on and on and on between these two titans of the game as the raids never stop for ACCM. TaToH now having lost 196 villagers. However, TaToH has also lost ACCM has lost almost 1,200 units. The raids continuing constant. 1 villager kill for this guy. Let's see if anybody clears that 24. Now this army of 47 Megadai has killed 385 units. Wow. What a kill death ratio. Now this army of hussars, 9. This army of Megadai, 3. 187. And still constant raids. Constant raids. Finally addressed, but clearing 200 villagers lost is TaToH. ACCM still down around 100 villagers lost. And these raids are a problem to deal with. And another trebuchet out. TaToH, you've got to deal with this at some point or another. You have to figure out a way. TaToH's not looking at a way to win. Right now, he's just trying to defend. And I don't think that's the way you can win. You have to, what's your win condition? And yeah, it's keep these Megadai alive. But now he's going to be moving up. Oh, he runs in. Snipes the Treb. Just misses. There's a read every time. He's got herbal medicine to be able to build these guys up in castles. He does that fights. He's still making Megadai, but he's got to do something. 400 kills yet for these? Come on. These Megadai? Yeah, 404 kills for the Megadai. The raid's still going on. How about these 79 kills? Ooh, another siege ram. And this one's going to poke a hole. The distraction was sufficient. ACCM back to TaToH's base once again. TaToH with the 10,000 score. But he's going to lose a lot of villagers this time. Queuing up 30 villagers, prepping, already knowing that these hussars running in cause a lot of havoc. And a trebuchet on the way? No, not at the moment. But this siege ram poking this wall. Wow, just taking this wall to oblivion. And these stables, just put your gather point inside the base, man. ACCM, put your gather point inside the base. As TaToH just staying alive, running back into the base, killing more and more and more. 430 kills by that one group of Megadai. Incredible, incredible stuff. As, oh wow, TaToH losing villagers left, right, and not center, but left and right. Well, center, yeah, left, right, and center. Running in his own base, and the siege ram is still alive, pushing as there's just a massive gaping hole. The transport's no longer needed. 250 villagers lost. And TaToH looking at making something happen. This Treb alive. And he's going to be able to go in and snipe that Treb up ACCM. But still, hussars everywhere in his base. Siege ram on the castle being pushed back by villagers. More siege rams on the way in. TaToH has to deal with this. And yet, if he deals with it, he loses these Trebs. Good play. Good play by TaToH, getting the walls up. Protecting the trebuchet with fortified walls. But if you look at TaToH's base, it's a flashing blue, red, and white. It's like a police light back in his base. Blue, red, and white lights all over the place. Now, one castle being pushed down. These castles are expensive. They're no longer replaceable. These two Trebs making the damage happen. TaToH still with 73 villagers, 83 workers, 160 pop. Struggling to keep his pop up, but making a push happen. Pushing down these castles at the cost of his economy, and I think it's worth it as he repops with 22 villagers in queue. 5 hussars, struggling to keep the hussar spam alive. But ACCM unable to keep the castles alive. Now what does that mean? It means the army of TaToH will now be able to find damage within ACCM's base. So yeah, ACCM has done a lot of damage, and ACCM continuing to do damage in TaToH's base. TaToH has kept the villager production up, lost 280 villagers, and still with 80 villagers. Needs more, but repopping the villagers. Over on the right side, TaToH pushing in, on the right side. Oh, ACCM pushing. On the left here, you see TaToH continuing to take a great fight. These units are going to clear 500 kills before too long. These 50 Megadai going to clear 500 kills. Walling up entirely around these trebuchets, trying to keep them alive, trying to make sure they stay alive, as that is a key to this battle. These two trebuchets are meant decently expensive right now, as selling off any resource for 14. But this has to be addressed, as another 20 hussars come rushing in. Has to be addressed at some point. While TaToH, he's trying to get his hussar numbers up, trying to address the raids, but he's ready to push in. He's got an army to push in. It's just a matter of time. But when will that time come? Will he be able to address these constant raids on the right-hand side? 1,500 kills in a ranked game. This is wild. I did not expect this. When I clicked into this game, I did not expect this. The hussars dropping left and right for ACCM, but it's okay. They're essentially 110 farmers. ACCM 16 lumberjacks and 111 farmers at that. It's got to be a little imbalanced, right? It's got to be a little much. And the hussars getting trapped back here. TaToH trying to get the walls up. Now addressing this. As soon as he addresses this, yeah, this transport will still be here, but this will be slow. And the walls are up. The walls are up. The walls are up. And I think that's the signal. TaToH healing up these guys. TaToH going to be moving forward. The raids are addressed somewhat. Somewhat addressed are these raids. Now, the hussars. It's going to be looking for 200 pop. And going to be looking to move forward. These hussars need to run forward and help in this fight, as TaToH has now exposed his crevice. And ACCM probably realizes this, but unable to do anything about it, as TaToH the Megarandom, which are equally irreplaceable, to block the trebuchets, keep them alive, ready to go. I think that's the signal. 181 pop, nothing but villagers. So we're TaToH. For ACCM, another raid coming across in the transport ship. TaToH, you've got to get your own raids in. You've got to get your own push in now, and now is the time. TaToH headed forward at long last, pushing at the base of ACCM. ACCM continuing to try siege raids, which is incredibly difficult, as neither player has had for much of this game at this point. Here comes the Mongol horde, an army that ACCM just cannot fight, and is just still continuing. Siege ram is not the play, not the answer here, as he got 10 free Kipchucks. They don't have elite Kipchucks created, but 10 Kipchucks. 6 of them made, maybe he didn't get the 10 free. He's making Kipchucks. Try to deal with the army of TaToH, but it's not going to happen. That's not going to be sufficient. As the hussar raids, yeah, they continue. Yes, they're annoying, but it's about to be. I don't know what that. Okay, just shooting down the trees, I guess. Not sure what's going on with TaToH. But this army is not an army that ACCM is going to be able to deal with both players. Back at 200 pop, the siege ram and a hussar push coming in. But what are you going to do, ACCM? You're going to try to get through those. Those are fortified walls. It's going to hold long enough. And now, squishy siege rams, because you are against the Mongols. You can't deal with the Mongols. All right, you cannot deal with the Mongols. Mongols are so strong in situations like this. These late game situations are what the Mongols thrive at. The raids continuing in TaToH's base. 335 villagers lost now for TaToH. 335, yet 1,600 units lost for ACCM, and this push is now going to get to his base. These Kipchucks, cool to see at long last. Kipchucks being added, they're not going to do enough. Not going to be enough. It's ACCM struggling to deal with this army of TaToH. And TaToH carefully keeping these guys alive with 570 kills on this movie. The raids, never-ending raids. The siege ram push, once again, these constant siege ram raids. But town centers being desperately added just as a place to hide for ACCM. But TaToH, in go the hussars. TaToH's turn to get the raids in. As TaToH, ACCM, TaToH's finally added. I still would love to see. Like, you can shoot down all of this. You can shoot down these castles. I still would love to see it. Bombard. Cannon Galleon added here in the middle. Two trebs being kept alive. The Hussar raids are now in for both players. As actually, wow, the raids have been stopped by TaToH. TaToH has ceased these raids from happening for now at least, as ACCM now forced to address the water. And this group, 600 kills by this group of Hussars, and TaToH has taken this game. There's nothing ACCM can do now. As, continues the raids, but I think TaToH's withstood these raids long enough. He knows how to deal with them. He's going to deal with them. Going to be able to take care of all of this. Wow. Just an absolute wow going on here. This is wild. As the Hussars and the Megadai and the Trebuchets ready to put the hurt on ACCM as ACCM. Tap out ACCM. It's time for lunch. I want to go eat. All right. Don't make this take forever. One Hussar in here, but there's 7 Megadai there. That and they do. As the raids coming in, these Hussars gonna split. Oh, that's a nice maneuver. Try to take out these Trebuchets. They might get one, but it doesn't matter. The villager kills still massively in favor of ACCM, but it doesn't matter. You can't fight this army. ACCM, you did your best. You made this game go for nearly 2 hours game time. What an incredible, incredible game. Going for this transport, ACCM not giving up just yet. These trebuchets pushing in along with these Megadai. Okay, one trebuchet. One trebuchet was sniped off. But the 110 farmers has dropped down to 80. The 200 pop has dropped down to 170. The 120 villagers still there. The army, though, 45 against 90. Don't think you're going to be able to hold this off. As TaToH, now pushing even on the right-hand side, has the advantage. And these town centers being pushed down. This unkillable force by TaToH out here. Now with 662 kills. 1,800 kills. What's the title of this video? Over 3,000 kills. I don't know. This is unreal. Unreal game. As, wow, okay. Oh, the quick wall. The quick wall by TaToH. Try to keep this trebuchet alive. Pushing it across. Still think a cannon galleon would do the trick on these castles and on this area of the map. But, you know, keeping the trebuchet alive, keeping the push alive, as more Hussars are added. 50 Hussars in queue. Wow. 40 Hussars in queue. TaToH making it happen. Camels being added now by ACCM. That has to get this clip. Just one camel. The Siege Rams are sitting in the siege workshop, unable to accomplish anything. I don't see anything happening. There's transport here, but ACCM focused on trying to push back this army as Hussars into the farmlands of ACCM become the Hussars. And the Eco KDs, 360 to 160. Unreal stuff here. Yeah, just absolutely, positively unreal stuff. And this trap might get sniped off here. TaToH, be careful. TaToH. Okay, he saves it. Keeps it alive. Pushing into this area. And the raids are in. 76 farmers now. The villager number is still massively in favor of ACCM, as they have been all game. Yet, the push is unstoppable. Unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable. With these 738 kills on this army of 60. Thank God. TaToH just now pushing into the base. There's not going to be any stopping this. TaToH, ACCM has lost. TaToH has won. ACCM, you can call it now. The raids are now all over his base. But not only are they all over his base, he's lost this area of his base. He's losing this area of his base. He's left with just the site. He's re-popping, re-booming. He's going to add farmers over here, but raids could at any moment come rushing in on this right-hand side as well. The left-hand side of the base completely gone for ACCM. As as TaToH pushing down the buildings with the Mengadai and Trebuchet and raiding like a madman with the Hussars. 140 pop to 200 pop. That's time. I think when TaToH drops, when ACCM drops below 100 pop, he'll have to call it then, right? He'll have to call it. I would still love to see the Cannon Galleon. Somebody in the comments, let me know. Am I crazy? Would not a Cannon Galleon have been super effective? Or is it just too much time and hassle? Ooh, another raid on the way in, but not going to help. The defense is here for TaToH. He was prepared. He was ready. As more and more raids, more and more buildings are pushed back. As TaToH really running out of space. Sorry, ACCM running out of space as TaToH beginning to take full map control. The two relics are now out. ACCM, really dire straits here. ACCM unable to make anything happen against this late game Mongol death ball. So unkillable. We've seen it so many times. War galley. He's gonna make war galleys. Why are you making war galleys? Galleons? He's gonna make galleons. TaToH, what are you doing? TaToH's just going for 50,000 score at this point as ACCM refuses to resign. Not making anything happen, just losing ground. But still at 180 population, so I don't blame him. You don't resign at 180 population. Really make Cannon Galleons. He's going to get some raids across this area with the war galleys, but Cannon Galleons would be so much better. Come on, TaToH. Just do it. Oh, I can't believe he added the docks, and he just goes for galleons. Galleons, which cost gold. It's like, yeah, I know you don't have gold for Cannon Galleons, but so you just make galleons. This Hussar not really being that effective back there, but this push just constant, slow, deadly. 200 pop with 60 Hussar. Alright, and this war galley, this galleon, gonna really put the damage in over here. As these villagers are just gonna be idled and killed. The Hussars continue and push. Trebuchet doing its work. It doesn't show how many kills. 765 now. And the kills in this game over 3,000. A big push on the right hand side though. ACCM was making something happen. He did have a game plan. Massive push on the right hand side, trying to get this, but there's just enough here to defend it. Like, these siege rams push down a castle, which is big, which is important. And ACCM still with 60 farmers, with 20 some, with a lot of Hussars. But it's not going to happen. You're going to get some damage in, but look at your base. Look at your base. The other four Kipchucks that ACCM got in its unique deck. The raid has been all but stopped. The Galleon pushing across two Galleons just here with the raiding. This raid really rushing across these sea grams, but not accomplishing. More Hussars coming in. And stopped. The walls are there. This one Trebuchet slowly pushing back. ACCM, I think that's going to be the final attempt. That should be the GG call by ACCM. He's dropping now to 117 population. Unable to keep a population number reasonable versus 200 population of TaToH. TaToH really taking this game. This one group of Mengadai with 780 kills. Almost 800 kills by this group. TaToH over 2,000 kills in this game. ACCM over 1,000. Eco KD's 267 to 371. Unreal numbers over here. Both players. But just not enough. And I guess those Galleons got too close to something. They died. ACCM calls the GG. TaToH is victorious. A quick look at the statistics. As we've watched this game for long enough. Actually, hold on. How long is this game? 1 hour and 55 minutes and 24 seconds is this game time. Statistics, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Look at these numbers. They're unbelievable. 109 to 90 army. Just that Mongol death bowl economy in favor of ACCM substantially, but unable to do anything with it as he didn't have the Mengadai to do the damage with the faster castle and feudal times. TaToH, but with faster aim time. ACCM. Society. Both players made a lot of villagers, and both players lost a lot of villagers. TaToH made a total of 438 villagers and never had more than 130. And the quick look at the APM stats in this really draining game. Both players with pretty incredible stuff here, 70 to 64 in such a long game. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this absolutely wild masterpiece of an extensive game between TaToH and ACCM. Almost 2 hours game time. What a game. I hope you enjoyed. Stick around, watch another video, subscribe, comment, like, do the things. You know what they are. It would help me out. Just having some fun, casting some games. I hope you enjoyed. All right. Thanks for watching. See you next time.